There's a lot of talk about China's rise, which is the most significant geopolitical event in this century. Despite different political systems, languages, and cultures, we share very similar problems of capitalism in the process of modernization. My name is Yuen Yuen Ang. I am a professor of political economy at Johns Hopkins University. When people talk about China's rise, it typically is accompanied by a sense of awe. People want to know, what did China do right? What is the secret recipe? What is the one thing they can copy in order to become rich like China? China's rise has two sides. Yes, you have heady, stupendous growth, but you also have corruption, inequality, financial bubbles, pollution, a general sense of moral decadence. This two-sided gilded rise is not unique to China. The closest historical parallel, you'll be surprised, is actually found in the history of the United States, the Gilded Age of the 19th century. We are now looking at China that has a 40-year record of stupendous heady growth with clear signs of a bubble bursting. We have to make this clear distinction between golden and gilded. One of the strongest normative biases in political economy is this triumphant idea that GDP growth and modernization equals progress. It's about life getting better and better. And this normative assumption isn't stated, but it's just embedded into our concepts and our theories. So the moment we see a country become rich, we only think of that as the golden age. We think of that as an unqualified success case. I think we really need to take a historian's perspective. We need to be reminded that modernization is not all progress. Like, to be sure, there is progress. You can see me, right? A woman sharing political economy knowledge with you. Without modernization, that's not going to happen. But on the other hand, that process is also highly disruptive. We have climate change, for instance, and there are many people who are, in fact, excluded from this process, who are the losers of modernization. That perspective adds up to the metaphor of a gilded age. The way economic analysis is set up is that variables tend to be one-dimensional. So GDP growth is a one-dimensional variable. It's not able to capture the quality of growth in the national income growth. Whereas when you use a metaphor like Gilded Age, that metaphor, almost like a pictogram. In Chinese characters are pictograms. They're pictures with multiple meanings. And so a metaphor of gilded also has this function of carrying multiple meanings within it. And it reminds us that when we see something that is dazzling, that glitters, it may not be real gold underneath.